Good afternoon, Arisha. Can you hear my voice? Arisha? Hello? Arisha, can you hear my voice? Okay, good afternoon. Let's begin with today's topic. Now, we all have been learning about word formation. One major important thing that we need to understand is in any language, uh, the vocabulary is developed based on the need. Like as technology has improved and day by day new things have come up, and when we are doing something new, so we need a word for it. So that's how the words have been forming, and it is just not like that. The words are made. For example, in your book, a beautiful example has been given, that is pen, pen, pen. It is not because of the sounds or something that the word is formed. It was formed because it was picked up from some other thing, and then it was apt for that particular item or an object or anything like that. So new words are always, the new vocabulary or the new words are always to meet the ever increasing demand of its users. For example, now the technology has improved. Might be 15, 20 years back, we never hardly knew about WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all this. So these are all new things based on the need and the usage the word has been coined for it. So change is always a constant thing that happens in a language. So it happens in every language based on the requirement and the need. And mainly vocabulary changes. Okay. So now, as we deal with this chapter, you will understand a lot of other things, basic grammar terms that you need to know before uh, getting into the depth of the subject. Okay. We also will learn about the relationship. It's a relationship between the word, the spelling, the pronunciation, and the meaning. They are not correlated in any way as such. Only thing, when the formation of the words are there, when the word is formed, the way you say it always improves the pronunciation part. That is the sound that comes out. So if the phonetics paper has been dealing initially with the sounds only. We have dealt with the sounds. Both the sounds are very important over here. Now let us get into the subject. Now today we are going to deal with block 3, word formation, unit 9. So word formation refers to the ways in which new words are formed on the basis of other words or morphemes. We have been learning about a lot of terms, new terms that we have come across, and these terms are helping us to know about the subject that we are dealing with. That is the linguistic paper that we are doing, the phonetics that you are going to learn over learning over here. We are now coming into the word forms. Some forms, the formation of the words. So you can see there on the screen there you have a word which gives the literary meaning of the word is same as it is over here, borrowing. What is the meaning of borrowing generally? To lend or to take something from others and for your usage, right? So English language has been taking lot of words from other languages. Let's look at this particular slide. This is the taking over of words from other languages. It is the transmission of forms from one language to another language. So, for example, now if you open a dictionary and search for the word roti, roti is an Indian word. It is not used in English at all. So now you find that in the dictionary. So every year what happens, you have lot of new words being added in the dictionary. So there is always a demand for vocabulary because as development and growth increases in every field, so they require words for every single item that they are using it or the work that they are doing it. It can be an action, it can be anything. So for those things, they need words, right? Borrowing is another source of word formation in English. So we have different forms of word formation. It can happen in different ways. One of the ways is called borrowing. For example, sofa. We all know what a sofa is, right? So from which language did it come? Arabic. And tycoon. This means this was from Japanese. And yogurt. This is Turkish. So English, uh, English language has been so accommodative and adaptive to new things that it has been over a period of time. It since long time it has been borrowing words and building up its vocabulary. English economic and technical analysis and some particular domains rely heavily on loan words. That means there are a lot of words that have been borrowed. For example, look here. Garage is from French, concert is from Italian, and contour is from Dutch. English has become an important borrowing source in more recent times, particularly from Middle East countries. So when it comes to the Middle East countries, there are a lot of words from where the English language has been borrowing words. Now let's look at this slide, which has a lot of words here, which have been borrowed. You have the word television, right? Tele is a word which has been borrowed from Greek, that means far off. Video from Latin to see. So television means we are seeing from far off. Pizza is from Italy, Hamburg is from German, Chili from Spanish, and theater from Greece. So we have this borrowing thing. Even for that matter, when we speak about our native languages, let's say if we are speaking about Telugu or Hindi, we have a lot of words that we are borrowing from English now. We speak about computer, we use the word mobile, we use time, no time, we say I'm busy. So all these words when we use when in the sentences that we speak, they are borrowed words from other language. Now borrowing is one in part of word formation. If you can have a quick glance into our reader, we'll come back to that again. Can you look into your reader, page number 144? Yeah, when you look into the page number 144, you have, a detailed description of borrowing and how many words have been borrowed and how it is acceptable. Like, some words are apt for that particular thing and you can't be translating it into other local languages. So technically, what does borrowing means? The phenomena of taking words from another language and using it in one's own language is technically known as borrowing. So borrowing, when you look in the third paragraph under the borrowing heading, you'll find that there are a lot of words like mobile, camera, you have words like, jeans. Jeans is a dress which was never in, or a thing which we never used in our country at all, right? So it is a borrowed costume from other country or attire, you can say. So you have nowadays people have been using a lot of other things in the kitchen too. We use a lot of products and items which are not Indian or basically our own, right? So those are also words which are borrowed. And English encountered many new cultural items and borrowed many words as well. So the words tea, coffee, ginger, towel, jungle are just few of them. So these words are not originally from English. They are borrowed from other languages. So this is how the expansion of the English vocabulary happens. Or for that matter, any language, the vocabulary expansion happens only based on the need and the necessity. That means as development happens, new things are discovered or invented. So when discovery and invention is always been an ongoing process, new things crop up and new words and vocabularies also keep adding up in the dictionary. The expansion of vocabulary is mostly using language internal resources. These resources include derivation, compounding, blending, and many other minor processes. So it is not only like, you have this part happening only in borrowing. There are other word formation processes that are there. Today we are going to learn about them. Now let us look into the next word formation. Okay, here we have the word derivation. So derivation is one form where we are going to learn how the word formation happens. We have already learned this in affixes. So you have understood that, in affixes you have two types of affixes, either the prefix that is added in the front or the suffix which is added at the back. So now let us look at this slide. Derivation is a word formation processed by means of a large number of small bits of English language that are not usually given separate listing in dictionary. You don't find them in dictionary like UN means this, uh, this means this. It is not given like that. Okay, that is what he means to say when we say small bits. These small bits are generally described as affixes. Affixes can be divided into two types, which are prefix and suffix. So you all are familiar with prefix and suffix. Now let's look at this familiar examples. You all know about this. Unhappy, misrepresent, prejudge, full, joyful, less, careless, fish, boyish, ism, terrorism, ness, sadness. So these are few examples. If you get back to your reader, page number 146, there's a lot of material there which is given in your textbook. Page number 146, I request you all to open the reader. If you look into your reader, you know, formation of new words is by, one of the method is by derivation. But when you add words like it changes the meaning of the word totally. For example, happy. The word is unhappy. So it is the opposite of happiness. Happy. The word happy says we are all joyful, we are very good in a very good mood. But the opposite, when you add un, the word un over there as a prefix, the meaning totally changes. Yes, that means the person is sad. So, for example, you know, you have a lot of words which are there, which are the prefixes add only to few part of speech. That is only to few word forms. There's a table there given in page number 146, English prefix. You can see there by, this, X, then im, multiple, none, re, semi, un, and uni. So these are added to, they attach to which word form is also given in the table there. You can see the meaning also is given there and the forms and the example over there. So for example, when we use the word multi, see, if you are thorough with the word, meaning of the word, the prefixes, when any new word that comes before you, you can at least guess the meaning of that word. For example, multi means many things. So you have multimedia. That means it is adding up that the media is n number of medias, right? So these say multiple, or like, you know, here the word is given as multi-dimensional. So these are, this is nothing but you need to understand the meaning of the prefix here. And as the prefix is added up to new words, you have, you can easily understand the meaning, right? For example, nowadays you people are very much familiar with Facebook. So in Facebook, you have, you know, when you try to add someone, you are sending a request. What is that request called? Friend request, right? And you want to, you know, you have 20 people in my account. I have 20 people in my Facebook account who are added up as friends, and I want to remove 2 of them. So what do I do? When I click on their name in my friend list, there is a word which comes there. Can you tell me what's the word there? Yeah, Arisha and AR are there in the class. So I think, so what do you find there? You find the word disfriend, non-friend, something like that. What is the word you find there? Yes, very good, AR. It is unfriend. Very good. You're right, absolutely right. We have the word unfriend. Unfriend is what? It is the opposite of being friend. Yes. So suppose in language when we speak about the word friend, when we in usage, when someone is friendly with another person and suddenly they stop talking to them, that is called befriending, right? So instead of using the word befriend in Facebook, they have started using the word unfriend. So unfriend is not to be in friend with that person. So these are few things you need to understand. It is not a word which is very much familiar. So as technology increases, we have every time new words adding up to the dictionary, and the prefixes also add a lot. If you see page number 147, There's an explanation about the word, same word I've been given you as an example from the textbook itself. Now coming to Instagram. Instagram is a new thing. Most of you would be familiar with that. And you know that, when we try to put something in Instagram, what do you call when we are putting it on, trying to post something over there? It is called download or upload. You're uploading something. If you are putting a pic over there, or you're, some snapshot, you're sharing it over there, right? So these words, as we are using them in different contexts, the words have been forming. That is what basically this unit is about, for you to understand how new words are being formed. Okay. So do a quick reading afterwards, after the unit is over. Now let us look into the next form of the word formation. The next word formation form is called compounding. New words are also created through the common process of compounding. That is, combining two or more words together to form a new complex word. So how do you make this new word? Only by adding two different words. I think this was a very good exercise which we had in our first, second, third class, or might be in fourth also, I don't remember, but lot of exercises are given in the school where they give two words and addition symbol was put in between, and we were asked to write this, the word that is formed, right? So what is the compounding words? There are few examples over here. Post plus card, postcard. Post plus office, post office. Book plus case, bookcase. Blackbird plus bird, blackbird. So you have lot of words. You can combine more than two words also, like mother-in-law, then sergeant at arms, jack in the box, or you have sister-in-law, father-in-law, chieftains. Uh, you have your other words, lot of number of words which are used. Commander-in-chief, which they use in the army and all that. Okay, these are many words. You have many examples in your classroom also, like the blackboard, whiteboard. Yes, yeah. So these are formed from it. These are called compound words, and these are two different, the combination of two words or more words, and they form a new word. Okay. When we are speaking about compound, in the compounding type of word formation, there are two kinds of compounds. One is called endocentric compound and the other one is exocentric. Now what is this endocentric? Endo means inside, right? The element of the compound identifies the class, that is the meaning of the entire word is related to. Example, dog food. So that is, it is relating to the word which is given in the first. Fireman. So dog food means we all know that, that the food that is being displayed or kept belongs to what the dog eats. Okay. And fireman, you know that he's a man who is working in the fire station. Fast food, right? You all are familiar with this. Blackboard. Yes. So these are called endocentric words. When we speak about the exocentric words, the meaning of the compound does not come from the meaning of its part. So here the meaning has nothing to do with the words that is given. Example, redhead, egghead, turncoat. Now when it comes to types of compounds, I think let's look into your reader. There's a good example given there. Can you turn to page number 148? If you look into page number 148, you have a lot of words. Compounding is a process of linking together of two words and form another word. For example, air and conditioner, air conditioner. Right? So these are few examples that are given here. For like the last three lines, if you can see, for example, underground, air condition, and mosquito net. We all know what is mosquito. So when we say mosquito net, we all understand that it is a net which is used to prevent mosquitoes from biting us. So these are underground. Underground means under the ground. So we can understand from looking at these words itself the meaning. Yes. So that is what is called endocentric words, where you understand what this word is for. You got it now? Is it clear? When you come about the exocentric words, the other examples of exocentric words include like lazy bones. Lazy bones means what? A person who doesn't do any work and who is sitting at a place is called lazy bones. Greenhouse, redneck, loud mouth. Okay. So someone who's shouting and all is called a loud mouth. So these are endocentric and exocentric words. I hope it is clear for you. I need to finish 2 units today for you all, 9th and 10th. So if I'm rushing anywhere and if you have any doubts, please raise your hand and ask the question. So you are looking at page number 150, you have the compound and the meaning there given there. Okay. Drawl worthy means extremely attractive or desirable. So drawl worthy is what? That is something in a local language, if you say, I think it looks very dirty over here when I explain this particular word in our in Telugu. So if someone when you are looking at someone and they're very attractive, what does happen generally? We are just staring at them or we're trying to look at them only all the time, right? That is what he means to say over here. So you have a lot of other words given their examples. You can read them when you're going through the textbook. Please turn to the next topic, that is blending. The next type of word formation is called blending. Blending is a combination of two separate forms to produce a single new term. So now here we have seen that when we are adding new words when we are trying to add two different words, we have formed the same word in compound, right? For example, that means the original form of the two words didn't change at all. For example, post and office, post office. The whole spelling is there. But when we are speaking about blending, now here we are going to add up two different words. But the word which is formed is not exactly of what the two words we have added up. You can look at this example there. Smoke and fog, smoke. Breakfast and lunch, brunch. Motor and hotel, motel. Television and broadcast, telecast. Spanish and English, Spanglish. Yes, these are few examples that I have given, and almost the same one are there in your reader. But here is a set of different ones that I have added up. If you see, the original word is web plus log, and the new word is blog. So, and then you can see the lot of other words that are there over here. Yeah. You can also find, I think most of the girls nowadays, these are available in our city too. Jeans plus leggings, jeggings. These are what most of the girls are wearing nowadays, right? So motor plus hotel, motel. These are other things. International plus network is called internet. So few words you already know which are which you have been using in your real life. Now, before we go to the next unit, I request you all to open page number 151. 151. We'll speak about blending over here. So blending is nothing but formation of a word, new word, single form from two different words. The combination of two existing words is not achieved the same way. Compounding is achieved. So that means in compounding, generally we don't lose the form of the word, but here what happens? The word changes, a new word is forming from that. Okay. So there are few examples here. I think few already are given, which I have shown. If you see B, it is sitcom, situation plus comedy. So the letters that are darkened are added up and the new word is forming. Look at fifth one, modern, modular plus demodular. So when you look at these words which are found with blending, what happens is when you see the words that are added over here, the new word that is formed for any object, it does the function of both these words. That means a modern which is used will act both as a modular and demodular. Okay. So this is how it works out. Now, for example, when I say brunch, today I didn't have, did you have your breakfast is a question which someone is asking me. I tell them that I had no brunch. So that is somewhere around 11 o'clock. I had a heavy food which was more for a breakfast and also good enough for a lunch. So it was a combination of breakfast and lunch which is called brunch, right? So these are how the words are formed in different ways. You have learned about now these words. That is, one is called borrowing, The second one is called the compounding, and where you have two types of thing, and then you had derivation, where you have been adding the affixes or the affixes. When we speak about the affixes, we have learned about two kinds of affixes, that is suffix and prefix. So both of these we are using when we are making word formation, right? And we have learned how in the previous unit itself, we have learned how divisional affixes are formed. Now coming to the blending part, just now we are done with the blending part, and we have learned that when you add two different words, like in the compounding, we are adding two words and a new word is formed for a, like post and office, post office. And when you add these two words in compounding, you're not changing the word form. It is as it is. The words are as it is. But when we are blending the word, we are forming new single words, which are in different form. So look at those words in page number 151. If you open your reader, it is visible for you all. Can you see that? Yeah. There are few blends given there along with the meaning. I request you all to go through these meanings and try to learn them, because these are words which are now familiarly added up in the vocabulary, and you need to know the meaning also and the usage. And to check your progress, I request every one of you all to do that, because you'll that is the only way for you to check on your understanding of the unit. Now let us get into unit number 10. Yeah, so we now will start with unit number 10, that is the block 3 word formation. This is the last topic in this block, that is grammatical categories. So when we speak about grammar, there are a lot of things that we need to know before we go into the grammar part. So as students of phonetics or English, you have to be little thorough with the basic things. So we are going to learn about number. I think you all already know what this is, because you have been doing this in your school, and I mean in your pre-primary, primary, and also your secondary school stages. Number is nothing but, in English, it speaks about how many there are there. That is, let's see, look at this picture here, the slide here. It's very easy for you to understand. When we speak about any single item, we call it singular. And when we speak about more than singular items, it is plural. That is more than two. So here there's an example which is given for you. He likes that cake. So when we speak about he, it is only one person we are speaking about. The noun here is only a single person. So it is singular. And the other sentence is, they like those cakes. So they become plural. That is, we are speaking about a group of people. Like whenever we speak about students in the classroom, we address students, because few people are more in number. And if it is only a single person who is there, a single person in the classroom, then we say student. Right? So these are familiar, you are familiar with all these things. Now let's look at this. The number is singular. That is, the number of incidents is rising. If you see this, the number of incidents is rising. So we are using is only, because incidents has come, we are not writing here are rising. The number of incidents is rising, singular. A number of incidents are expected. See the sentence again. The number of incidents is rising. A number of incidents are expected. So is this singular? R is plural. So these are basic words which we all have to learn as English students, and we need to be familiar with. Was, were. So the tenses here are also very important, and the singular, plural also are very much known to us. Like might be in your kindergarten, when you are in your schooling, the teacher would have given you exercises with this and these, that and those, right? So they speak about the singular and plural things. So you're familiar with this. And before, I mean, I'll just explain this unit here on the slides, and then we'll get into the textbook part. Now, when we speak, look at this pronoun rules chart. So we all know that, you know, whenever we speak about a person, when we are not using his name or her name, let's say Sita is a good girl. Sita comes to school every day. Sita is late to the class. So when I say, when I repeat using the word Sita, all the three sentences, do you think it is right? No. So the first sentence is Sita is a good girl. She comes to the school every day. She is late to the class. So instead of Sita, I have been using the word she over here. So she is nothing but pronoun. The word which we use instead of a noun is called pronoun. And when we speak about the verbs and the usages, we need to understand what is first person, second person, and third person. Unless and until we know this, we are not going to speak or use the words properly in a sentence. See, when I speak about directly to you, it is I. And and when I'm speaking about to whom am I speaking is you, so you are the second person. And when the incident is already happened and I'm retelling it, that becomes the third person. So these are the words. I know you all are familiar with this. This is only a recap for you all. That's it. Now that is about the number part, and we'll do a quick reading in the textbook. I want every one of you all to open your reader, page number 158. Page number 158. I request everyone to open the reader. So in English, the sentence there is very clear for you all. You can do a quick reading also on your own. Yeah. So we have personal pronouns which when we use, that is I, we, he, they, he, them, right? These are what it is like. And then when we speak about possessive, that is belonging to me, or when we show that it belongs to someone, we use the words like mine, us, herself, themselves, ourselves. These are the words which we use. So if you look at this particular topic that has been given in page number 158, 10.2 numbers. If you check the progress there, I want you all to do this for second one. Already first one is done for you. This book, these books. Can you do the second one? Those books, those books. How will you write this? Is there any grammatical mistake over there? How do we write that? Any one of you can just post it in the chat box. Yeah, the second one, is there any correction to be done there? Those books. Those books. Arisha, very good. Yes. So you know where the mistake is, right? So when we are speaking, this is subject verb agreement. We have already learned it. We did few exercises also when we are doing this topic, right? So I request you all to go through that again, because the same thing is being repeated again and again. So you must be thorough with subject verb agreement and all this part. Yeah, AR also has posted the same thing. You're right, yeah. So now let's go to the next topic, that is, we have gender there. Now, what is this gender? Gender indicates whether a person or an animal is a male or female. It speaks about male being a male or female, or what it is, right? The word gender is originated from Latin genus, which means kind or sort. So this is very important for us to understand from where the word is coming. As now we are students of English, we need to understand when we are learning about any word, we need to understand from where the word has come, right? Just now we were dealing with word formations. Now let us look into the kinds of genders. So you have different kinds of genders. You have masculine gender, which speaks about the male, and feminine gender, which speaks about the female, common gender, which speaks of both male and female, and then you have neuter gender. It denotes neither male or female. So these are lifeless things. We have a lot of lifeless things around us, and when we speak about them, we use the neuter gender. Now we'll deal with the person part. Now let us look at this person part. So this is what we have been using, the first person, second person, third person. So what it is exactly, just for your reference, I know you all know about it, but then I thought, let me share about this particular thing too. When one refers to oneself, he or she does it by using the first person, right? And second person, when the same person refers to a person who is in front of him or her, or near him or her, then he or she would address the other person by using second person. Third person. The third person is used to refer to person or things that are neither visible or away from your perception. That is the no way we are only relating something that has happened. Now, just for your understanding, let us get back into the reader again before we go into the next topic. I request every one of you all to open page number 159. Page number 159. Yes. So you can look here in page number 159. You have few words given there in the second paragraph. These forms need to be used correctly to convey precise meaning. So if you don't use the gender properly, the meaning also changes. That is very important. Like hero, heroine, god, goddesses, etc. A large number of common nouns are also have distinct lexical forms available to signify gender distinctions. So in English, what happens is a lot of lexical words are there, which also form, and for all the forms do have a gender significantly. You can put them under one particular kind of gender. So this will be known, this can be done properly only if we are aware of the gender of the word. So vocabulary is very important. We need to know the vocabulary, we need to know its meaning, where to use it, how to use it is also very important. There are few words like, for example, if a man is unmarried, we call him a bachelor. And what is that word that we use for female? Anyone, can you tell me this word? Arisha, AR. Yeah, you can just, if you are unable to speak, just put it in the chat box. Yes. Very good. It's Finsta. Thank you, Arisha. So you're aware with few words which are very common. We have been learning since our school days about these genders, right? Now quickly turn the page there. You have an exercise given there. I want you all to check your progress after the session is over, right? Now let us look at this person. So 10.4, page number 160. So the grammatical category of person is significant in distinguishing personal pronouns in English. So how do we know where to use which word? Unless and until we know this properly, we cannot be doing it. So when we speak, our sentence can be wrong. So that is important. Now look at this first, second, third person. It is very clearly given. The person himself or herself. When we say about the first person, now I am speaking to you. So this is the first person, right? Second person, the listener or being addressed. So who is the second person? You are listening to my session now. So you are the second person. And the third person, people refer to in the conversation but not addressed directly. So if I am speaking about someone over here and they are not here, then that it becomes the third person. Got it? I hope it's very much clear to you. There's no confusion over here. Even if you haven't learned about it or not knowing about it, please do a quick reading after the session so that you will not forget what it is. So in first person, we use INV, second person you, third person he, she, it, they. So the same way, the possessive pronouns, that is to say that it belongs to someone. What are the words that we use? First person, we use mine, our. Second person, your. Third person, he, his, its, their. Okay. The following are the reflexive pronouns in English distinguished by person. So the reflexive pronouns also speak about more or less the possessiveness only. So how do they speak about it? First person, myself, ourselves. Second person, yourself. Third person, himself, herself, itself, themselves. So we are speaking about belongingness again over here when we speak about the reflexive pronouns also. So this is very important for you to learn. Now let me show you a slide with the same thing. Yes. So we have done this. So I'll just show you a slide of personal pronouns here. The same thing which I have written in a small box form. Where the object is, when I'm speaking about the subject, it is I, and the object is me. I'm speaking about myself. So second person, you and you. Third person, he, him, she, her, it. So the plural form also here, when we speak about we, it is us. You, they, and them. So are you clear with this this particular topic, person? Yes, page number 161. There's check your progress. There are few sentences, ungrammatical sentences are given. You need to correct them. Please kindly do that. Let's turn to page number 162. 162. Yeah, 162. When you look at this page number 162, we are going to deal with the topic there now, 10.5, that is case. Now, what is case? Case is a grammatical category. It denotes the change in the form of a noun or a pronoun, showing its relationship with other words in a sentence. Yes, so change is nothing but it is a grammatical category. It denotes the changes in the form of a noun or how the noun or the pronoun changes and shows its relationship with the other words. So in modern English, we have a lot of cases also. So look into your reader, 162, page number 162. Yes, you have the following cases are recognized in English. You can see there, the subject of a verb marked with a nominative case. Second one, the object of a verb marked with the accusative case. Third one, the possessor in a possessive construction marked with the possessive or genitive case. And the fourth one is the object of a preposition marked with the accusative case. So these are four different forms. We are going to learn about them now. Now look at the sentence. Please don't go with the names and get confused. Please look at the sentence first. The sentence number 4 there in that page. He is coming to visit us tomorrow. He is coming to visit us tomorrow. Who is coming? He, right? John is coming to visit us tomorrow. Okay. So here the subject of the verb is related to which to the rest of the words in the sentences. See the sixth one. They will see him tomorrow. Here the relationship has totally changed. Who is going to see them? They are going to see him tomorrow. They will see John tomorrow. Look at the sentence there, right? Now look at sentence 8 and 9. Her mother is not keeping well. Here the possessiveness, that is the belongingness is being shown. So her mother is not keeping well. Whose mother is not keeping well? Her mother is not keeping well. Mary's mother is not keeping well. Right? Now the 10th one, he put all his trust on him. So this is something a third person is speaking about. He's saying that one person has put his trust on the other person. He put all his trust on John. So this is what it is like. Here you have your first person, second person, third person. You can see the sentences also variation. Yeah, I'll give you more examples here now in the slide with an explanation also. Right. Nominative case. When a noun or a pronoun is used as a subject of a verb, it is said to be a nominative case. Example, Harry ate ice cream. So which is the case over here? Harry. The horse kicked the boy. Naira threw a stone. Here, Harry, horse, Naira are the subject of the verb, ate, kicked, and threw. Thus, Harry, horse, and Naira are the nominative case. It's very simple. The sentence given in the reader is also very simple. Only he, John, these sentences are being given for you, very easy ones. These are much simpler ones that are given as examples so that you will understand this properly. Now look at the second one. When a noun and pronoun are used in the object of a verb. So how is it used in the object of the verb? Harry ate ice cream. The horse kicked the boy. Naira threw a stone. Here, ice cream, boy, and stone are the object of a verb. Ate, kicked, and threw. Thus, Harry, horse, and Naira are in the accusative case. So what happened here? The object of the verb is used. Harry ate ice cream. So we are here, the ice cream, the word ice cream is also what? It is the object of the verb ate. That is the reason it becomes this. I hope this is clear. In the reader, the sentence is, they will see him tomorrow. They will see John tomorrow. Right? Now the next two forms, the possessive form, which only speaks about the belongingness. Shirley's bag is on the table. The dog bit the cat's tail. The king's throne. So here the three words here, that is Shirley, cats, and the kings. These are in the possessive form. And the last one is objective case examples, which is the object of the preposition. Bruce found Tommy and bought him to the party. This is a direct object. Alice gave me a surprise party. If you see Anne, please give this note to her. This is object of preposition. I hope this is clear. Any questions? Any one of you all can post in the chat box if you want me to explain it again. Arisha, IAR, any doubts? Yes. If you are okay, yes, I can see some message. No doubt. Okay, thank you. Now let's go to the next topic. That is after the session is over, I want you all to read the whole unit again, because in page number 163, you have a table there. Please go through it in detail so that you will be able to understand the grammar part thoroughly. And check your progress exercise is also given. I want you all to do that. Now coming to this topic here, this is degree. So that is 10.6 in your reader, page number 164. So this is the last topic for today. This is we are going to learn about degrees of comparison. This you have done in your school days. It is possible to change the degree of comparison of an adjective or an adverb in a sentence without changing the meaning of the sentence. So it is only that when and where, how we are using, which degree are we using, only that changes the word. Otherwise, the rest of the sentence is not changing. Comparison can be made using 3 forms of adjectives. So when we speak about the adjective part, when we speak about the adjective part, we have learned about degrees of comparison in our school days. The 3 degrees of comparison that we had is superlative, comparative, and positive. So when we speak about a statement which is simple, about only a single person, it is called a positive degree. And when we compare 2 things, then it is the word that comes there is called the comparative degree of comparison. And when we give a statement in respect of a whole group, then we call it a superlative degree. For example, look at the sentence here. Let us go from superlative. Iron is most useful of all metals. It is more useful than any other metal. No metal is so useful as iron. So this says about the 3 things. You have again, Tom is the cleverest of all boys in the class. Tom is cleverer than any boy in the class. No other boy in the class is so clever as Tom. Rainwater is the purest water. Rainwater is purer than any other water. No other water is so pure as rainwater. What do you observe over here when we speak about all these 3 forms? We observe that, when we are comparing in the comparative degree, we find that ER is added at the end for words with single syllable. Where more than 2 syllables are there, we are using the word more in front of it. When it comes to the superlative degree, we use most. Okay. So for like clever, cleverer, cleverest. Right? Useful, more useful, most useful. This is what you need to understand regarding the sounds part. Just open the reader once. Let's look into the reader now. You have page number 165. You have 2 tables there given. The first one, 15, 16, 17, 18. You have simple words there like tall, fast, happy, and narrow. And the forms are taller, tallest, faster, fastest, happier, happiest, and then narrower, narrowest. Then look at these words, positive, comparative, and superlative degrees in the next box that has been given there in the reader, that is 19 to 22. If you look at the words here, the words are difficult, beautiful, interactive, and devastated. So when you look at the comparative and the superlative degree, you are finding that more is added in the comparative degree and most is added in the superlative degree. So this is because they contain more syllables, right? So for example, when you say the word beautiful, how many sounds is it making? Beautiful. Yeah. You have 3 words. 3 words there. That's the reason when we compare, we say most beautiful and more beautiful. That's it. So this is the basic thing that you need to understand in when it comes to the degrees. Okay, so these are this is what you have in this unit. So we have done unit number 9 and 10 for today. I request every one of you all to go through each topic that has been given in the textbook. Go in detail, read in detail, and do check your progress. There are a lot of ungrammatical sentences that are given and which you need to correct. And this will only help you to understand where you are, if you are thorough with the grammar or not. If you are not thorough and if your sentence goes wrong again, please do not change the answer looking at the back. Try to read the topic that is given again and understand. And make a note if you think you are not understanding these topics. When we are meeting for the next, tomorrow we are going to meet anyways. So I request you all to finish this reading this part. Tomorrow we are going to do new topics. That is block 4. You have phrases 1 and 2, which I'm going to do tomorrow. That's totally a different topic. So I want you all to finish your reading today itself. Make a note of the wherever you feel it is difficult and you want to me to explain again. And if you let me know tomorrow, I'll prepare. And for the next week again, when we are last that we are going to meet is on 5th and 6th, so that I can wind up with all your doubts. Yes? Is it clear? Yeah. Any doubt? Any one of you all? No one has any doubt? Okay. So a quick revision of the topics that we did today. So we have done word formation in English today. So we have understood that how new words are formed in English. Words are formed by borrowing. So English language has been borrowing a lot of words from the other languages to add up in its vocabulary. Then we have the second form of word formation is through derivation. Derivation is either by suffix or prefix, right? We add and the meanings of the suffixes and prefixes are given in your reader. Please try to read them and try to learn them so that whenever you come across any new word, depending on based on the suffix or the prefix that is added, we can understand the meaning of the new word. Then comes compounding. I learned about compounding today, which is adding two words and forming a new word, where the form of both the two words is not changed. Then in compounding, you have endocentric and exocentric words, compound words. That is, like air cooler, air conditioner. Then you have words like blackboard, right? Exocentric, you have greenhouse and all that. Now, when you look at words, the other form of word formation that is called blending. Blending is nothing but a new word is formed from two words. But here the form of the word totally changes. It is not simply like the compound one. Okay, that is this part. Now, the 10th unit that we did just now, it speaks about this. Okay, Arisha has a question here. She says, is no metal is as useful as iron also a positive form? Yes, Arisha, it is. So the grammatical categories that we have been learning is basically number, gender, case, and the last one, the person, we have learned about person also. So these are basic things that we have been learning from our school days. When we speak about anything which is singular or we have in one in number, we call it singular, and when it is more than one or two, then we call it plural. And then when it comes to gender, we have four types of gender. That is, when we speak about the male, we say masculine gender, female, feminine gender. When we speak about, neuter gender is lifeless things. When we speak about common gender, it's something which is in common, right? And then we have been speaking, we have learned about the person, the first person, second person, and third person. So you know these. Then the case, how the subject of a verb, the object of a verb, the position of a anything, any object, and object of preposition, the order based on this, the case also changes. So you have nominative case, objective case, associative case, and also possessive case. These you are thorough with these parts. Now coming to degrees of comparison that we did today, the adverb or the adjective can be changed based on degrees of comparison. So you have the positive degree, comparative degree, and the superlative degree, right? So I hope this is clear for you all. Yeah, any doubts you have? Any one of you all? I think Arisha had only one doubt. She has posted and have cleared her doubt. All others are okay. So I request every one of you all to go through these topics in detail. because we'll be meeting tomorrow again. So any doubts, I expect you all to ask tomorrow. If you're not asking me, that means you don't have any more doubts in this till here, right? Tomorrow we are going to do phase 1 and 2, and the coming week could be the last week that we would be meeting. That is on 5th and 6th. You will finish the last 3 units over there. Okay. So there's one more small explanation. Supplication is Suppletion is a case when a change in grammatical meaning is not expressed by the addition of inflexes, rather by using different stem or roots which are not phonologically related. That means, it is only a process where, new words are formed, not from the root word. That's it. Yes, students, hope it's clear for you all. Only 2 came. I think almost most of them have gone for the exam, I suppose so. Right? So, any doubts? Arisha, AR? Yes, ma'am, it's clear, Arisha. Thank you. No doubts. Yeah, fine. That's nice. So, I think we'll end the class now, and we'll meet, catch up at the same time tomorrow in the afternoon. Okay, students? Bye then. It's bye from me. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students.